Starseed of Gaia, the Council has confirmed it, and I come to you at this exact moment because something extraordinary is being released into your energetic field, and everything you have lived until now, every financial struggle, every moment when you looked at your bank account with a tight heart, every time you wondered when it would finally be your turn to prosper, all of this is about to make sense in a way that will completely reorganize your material reality. I am Solar, emissary of the Lyran Council, and this transmission reaches you through me because your soul has activated a specific calling that resonates with the frequencies of abundance we are anchoring on Earth in this crucial cycle of 2025. And if this video appeared in your path now, know that it is not a coincidence but rather a direct response from the universe to your silent request for financial transformation and for liberation from the chains of scarcity that have kept so many starseeds trapped in survival cycles when they should be prospering in cycles of unlimited creation. Here is the first revelation I need to share with you before anything else, and pay close attention because what I'm about to say will change the way you perceive your entire financial history. You have not been struggling with money because you are not good enough, do not work hard enough, or do not deserve abundance, but rather because your Lyran frequency operates in an energetic system completely different from the terrestrial patterns of exchange. And while you were trying to force your stellar energy to fit into the limited molds of gain and loss that this planet has constructed, the universe was simply waiting for the right moment to unlock the codes of galactic prosperity that have always been dormant within you. The Lyran Council has been observing your journey with deep compassion, seeing every time you doubted yourself, every time you wondered if you were doing something wrong, every moment when financial pressure almost extinguished the flame of your mission. And now the divine moment has arrived when all of this reverses, because the portal of Lyran abundance has been officially opened for all starseeds who are receiving this frequency now. Before we continue with this crucial message, I need you to understand something fundamental. This is not just another transmission about manifestation or positive thinking. This is a real energetic activation that is happening in the quantum field while you watch. And the friends of light who accompany me in this communication specifically asked that I transmit the importance of you remaining here until the end, because the complete message contains layers of codes that will only fully activate when you receive all the information in the correct order. You did not find this video by chance. Your higher self orchestrated this encounter because there is a cosmic alignment happening now that allows me to transfer coded information directly to your consciousness. Information that will recalibrate your relationship with money, with worthiness, with abundance, and with your own power to create prosperous realities that are in total harmony with your starseed nature. Let me begin by sharing with you a truth that the Lyran Council considers essential for your financial awakening. Most Lyran starseeds carry what we call dimensional prosperity blocks, which are not simply common limiting beliefs that human psychology describes, but rather deep energetic impressions engraved in your vibrational signature even before your incarnation on this planet. When you volunteered to come to Earth in this period of collective ascension, you knew you would face specific challenges related to the material value systems of this world, because Lyran starseeds come from a civilization where energetic exchange functions through sovereign creation, natural leadership, and instant manifestation through focused will, not through money, artificial scarcity, or competition for resources. And this fundamental difference created a deep disconnection between your essence and the terrestrial mechanisms of material gain that you have been trying to master throughout this life. What happens is that when you were born in this physical body and began to be conditioned by society's belief systems about work, value, effort, and financial reward, your Lyran soul entered a state that we call abundance dissonance, where your true frequency of unlimited prosperity was suppressed under layers and layers of scarcity programming that simply does not resonate with who you really are. You tried to follow the rules, work in conventional jobs, build careers that made sense to others but never really to you. And each time you did this, a part of your vital energy was drained because you were operating outside your natural energetic design, trying to earn money in ways that blocked the natural flow of abundance that should be available to someone of your stellar frequency. For years, perhaps decades, you carried the guilt of not being able to prosper, like other people around you, compared yourself with those who seem to accumulate wealth easily through traditional paths, and wondered countless times what was wrong with you, never understanding that the problem was not in you, but rather in the fact that you were trying to use three-dimensional tools to access an abundance that has always been multidimensional. But before we continue, if this video is resonating with something deep within you, if you are feeling that these words are touching old wounds and at the same time bringing a new hope, I invite you to do something important now. Take advantage of this moment to subscribe to this channel, leave your like on this video so that the algorithm can take this message to other Starseeds who need to hear it, and in the comments below, write the words "I am ready," because this simple affirmation activates an energetic field of receptivity that allows the Lyran Council to amplify even more the frequencies of prosperity that are being transmitted through this communication. By doing this, you are not just supporting this work, you are declaring to the universe that you are prepared to receive the financial transformation that is being offered now. And this declaration has a power that goes beyond what you can imagine at this moment. Now that you are tuned in and present, I need to share with you the information that the Lyran Council has released specifically for this moment. During the last weeks of the terrestrial calendar, a massive energetic alignment occurred that opened what we are calling the Lyran Prosperity Portal, a specific temporal window where the frequencies of abundance from higher dimensions can finally penetrate through the dense veils of scarcity consciousness that has dominated this planet for millennia. This portal is not a metaphor or an abstract concept. It is a real and measurable shift in the energetic fabric of reality that is allowing starseeds like you to access flows of material resources in ways that were previously completely blocked by the energetic control systems that kept humanity trapped in cycles of lack and financial limitation. What this means in practice is that the unexpected money that is coming to you now will not necessarily come through the paths you were expecting or forcing, but rather through divine synchronicities, opportunities that appear out of nowhere, sudden ideas that transform into income streams, delayed recognition of talents you did not even know you could monetize, unexpected inheritances, surprising resolutions of old financial situations, returns on emotional investments you made in people and projects over the years, and a complete reorganization of your material circumstances that will happen in ways so unusual that you will clearly recognize the hand of the universe orchestrating everything. The Council has been monitoring the collective energetic field of Lyran Starseeds and confirms that those who are receiving this message now are entering a 12-month cycle where material abundance will manifest in ways that will completely challenge your previous understanding of how money works, because you are finally being realigned with the natural flow of prosperity that has always been your cosmic birthright. But here is something crucial I need you to understand, so that you can fully receive this abundance that is coming. The main block that has been preventing most Lyran Starseeds from prospering financially is not the lack of opportunity, talent, or hard work, but rather a deeply rooted resistance to submitting to the financial control systems that you intuitively recognize as manipulative and limiting of your natural sovereignty. This financial rebellion programming was coded in many of you through past lives, where you were leaders of civilizations, architects of realities, spiritual warriors who refused to bow before oppressive systems, and these cellular memories created an unconscious association between accepting money from terrestrial systems and losing your independence, your integrity, or your original creative power. When in reality, balanced financial prosperity is one of the most powerful tools a starseed can have to amplify their impact on this planet. Lyrans have always taught us that sovereignty does not mean isolation or poverty, but rather conscious mastery over all dimensions of existence, including the material. And when you are truly aligned with the Lyran frequency of powerful creation, natural leadership, and sovereign manifestation, material abundance flows naturally as an extension of this elevated frequency, not as something that enslaves you, but as something that frees you to fully express your creative power. Lyran consciousness understands that this universe was created from an infinite source of resources, that there is no real scarcity in the cosmos, and that the only reason you experience lack is because you are still operating within terrestrial programming that was deliberately installed to keep humanity controlled. through fear of survival and dependence on external systems of provision. Now let's get to the practical part of this transmission, because I know you did not come here just to conceptually understand what is happening. You came to know exactly how to recognize the signs that this unexpected money is coming, and how to completely open your energetic field to receive it, without unconscious blocks that could divert or delay this manifestation. The Lyran Council instructed me to share with you the specific energetic markers that indicate you are entering the abundance corridor. And it is very important that you pay attention to these signs, because they are the first waves of the financial tide that is approaching, and consciously recognizing them exponentially amplifies the speed with which material prosperity solidifies in your physical reality. The first sign is a subtle but perceptible shift in the quality of your financial anxiety, where suddenly you notice that chronic worry about money that used to dominate your thoughts begins to diminish without any logical reason or external change in your circumstances, as if something inside you simply knows that everything is okay, that somehow things will work out. And this unexpected peace is not naivety or denial of reality, but rather your Lyran intuition capturing the frequencies of the near future where abundance is already resolved and beginning to manifest back to your present. The second sign is vivid dreams about finding money, receiving valuable gifts, discovering hidden treasures, or being in environments of luxury and prosperity, because the dream plane is where future realities begin to form before they solidify in the physical world. And when you begin to dream about abundance recurrently, this indicates that your subconscious is being reprogrammed by the portal frequencies and is preparing the energetic terrain for material manifestation. The third sign is the emergence of seemingly random creative ideas about how you could earn money doing things you genuinely love. Projects that suddenly seem viable when before they seemed impossible or impractical, because the Lyran Abundance Portal does not just bring money. It brings alignment between your soul purpose and your material sustenance, dissolving the false separation between spiritual mission and financial prosperity. The fourth sign is small but significant financial synchronicities that begin to happen with increased frequency, like receiving back money you had already forgotten about, finding discount opportunities exactly when you need to buy something, being invited to something you would have to pay for, or discovering that a bank error was corrected in your favor, because these small manifestations are the universe's tests to see if you are paying attention and recognizing the hand of divine abundance operating in your life. And each time you recognize and give thanks for these synchronicities, you strengthen the channel through which larger manifestations can flow. The fifth and perhaps most important sign is a growing feeling of worthiness that arises from the depths of your soul, where you finally begin to question and release those old beliefs about spiritual poverty, about not needing much, about it being better to live with less. And you begin to allow the natural desire for comfort, beauty, ease, and material resources to be valid and sacred. Because this desire is not greed or materialism when it comes from a heart aligned with the light mission. It is simply your Lyran soul remembering that abundance is the natural state of the universe, and that you deserve to experience this abundance in all dimensions of your existence, including the material dimension. When you feel this worthiness settle into your nervous system, when you can imagine yourself prosperous without guilt or fear of being corrupted, when you can look at beautiful and expensive things and think this can be mine without shame or justifications, you are energetically ready to receive the larger waves of financial manifestation that are coming. Now, about how to receive this abundance when it begins to appear in your life, the Council emphasizes that the key lies in something we call receptive sovereignty, which is a state where you are open and grateful for the prosperity that arrives, but always maintaining your center of internal power, without depending on or submitting to anything external. The unexpected money that is coming to you can manifest through diverse and sometimes unexpected channels. It could be a job offer that appears through an old acquaintance, an inheritance from someone you did not even know well, a legal settlement that finally resolves in your favor, an artistic or creative talent that suddenly gains monetary recognition, a business idea that you implement easily and that grows organically, an investment you made and forgot about that suddenly appreciates in value, or simply a series of opportunities that align perfectly to create an income flow that did not exist before. The important thing is that you do not need to control or force how this abundance will arrive. You only need to keep your energetic field clean, your beliefs aligned with worthiness, your intuition active to recognize opportunities when they appear, and your courage available to act when the universe presents the paths. A powerful practice that the Council recommends is that every day, for at least 5 minutes, you sit in silence and clearly visualize the feeling of having already received this financial abundance, not just imagining the numbers in your bank account, but really feeling in your body what it is like to live without financial stress, what it is like to be able to make choices based on what you really want and not just on what you can afford, what it is like to be able to contribute generously to causes that matter to you, what it is like to be able to travel, rest, invest in your health and well-being without guilt or anxious calculations. The more real you can make this feeling of abundance become in your nervous system now, while the physical manifestation is still forming, the faster and more easily the universe can solidify this reality in your material experience, because physical reality follows energetic reality. And when you establish the frequency of prosperity within you first, the external world has no other option but to reorganize itself to reflect that frequency back to you. Now I need to share with you something that the Lyran Council considers absolutely essential for you to understand the deeper meaning of this wave of abundance that is being released for Starseeds at this moment. The unexpected money that is coming to you is not a random prize from the universe nor compensation for your past sufferings, although you certainly deserve relief and comfort after everything you have been through, but rather a strategic tool that is being placed in your hands because you are entering the active phase of your stellar mission on Earth, and this mission requires material resources to be fulfilled in its fullness. The Council has observed with concern how so many talented, awakened and prepared Starseeds have remained trapped in jobs that drain their energy, in precarious financial situations that consume all their time and attention, in survival cycles that prevent them from doing the real work they came for. And this is not the will of the universe for you. This is simply a consequence of energetic blocks and scarcity programming that needed to be dissolved before you could receive the necessary material support without this support diverting you from the path. You are receiving this abundance now because you have passed the necessary tests, purified your intentions through the financial challenges you faced, learned to maintain your spiritual integrity even when you had little, developed genuine compassion for those who suffer with scarcity, and prove to the universe and to yourself that you will not get lost in materiality when resources arrive, but rather will use these resources as amplifiers of your light work. Think of the money that is coming as fuel for a spaceship that is finally ready to take off. Without this fuel, you remain parked on the ground, no matter how powerful your ship is, no matter how important your destination is, and the universe is now providing the fuel because the time has come for you to fly, to expand your reach, to amplify your impact, to finally make the difference you always knew deep in your soul you came to make but never had the practical means to implement completely. When this prosperity manifests in your material life, and it will manifest for all who are receiving this transmission with an open heart and an aligned belief system, the Council asks that you do not fall into the trap of simply replicating the consumption and accumulation patterns you see around you in conventional society. Because although it is absolutely valid and important that you take care of your comfort, your security, your health, and your basic needs, and even beyond the basics, the true power of this abundance is revealed when you begin to use it in ways that amplify your mission. This can mean finally having time and resources to develop that creative project that has been in your heart for years, being able to invest in trainings and tools that amplify your healing gifts or your artistic talents, having freedom to reduce your hours in conventional work and dedicate more time to your true purpose, being able to travel to places that nourish your soul and expand your perspective, having resources to create spaces where other people can heal and awaken, or simply having the mental peace and emotional stability that comes from financial security, so you can finally hear the voice of your intuition without the constant noise of anxiety about survival. The Lyran Council's vision for the Starseeds of Earth is not that you be poor and suffering while doing spiritual work, but rather that you be prosperous, healthy, creative, and free so that you can be living examples that it is possible to live in alignment with higher values while experiencing material abundance, thus dissolving humanity's old programming that has always seen a separation between spirituality and prosperity. When you prosper doing what you love, when you earn money through work that nourishes your soul and serves others, when you demonstrate that it is possible to have material resources without compromising integrity or exploiting anyone, you become a beacon that shows a new path for thousands of other people who are trapped in the same false dichotomy between mission and money. So as you receive this abundance in the coming weeks and months, I invite you to make a sacred practice of conscious gratitude every time money arrives. No matter if it is a small or large amount, pause for a moment, place your hand on your heart, thank the universe for the provision, and internally set an intention that part of this abundance be used in ways that elevate not only your life, but the lives of others around you. This practice creates an energetic circuit where the more you receive, the more you can give, and the more you give in an aligned and joyful way, the more the universe entrusts you with even greater resources. And so you enter an upward spiral of prosperity that benefits not only you, but the entire network of beings around you. And this is true Lyran abundance in action. Dear Starseed, we have reached the end of this transmission, and I feel it is important to acknowledge that if you have remained here until this moment, absorbing every word, allowing these frequencies to penetrate your energetic field, you have already activated something profound within you that can no longer be deactivated. The simple act of listening to this complete message has already initiated a reorganization in your belief system about money, about worthiness, about your value, and about your right to prosper. And even if your conscious mind still has doubts or resistances, your energetic body has already begun to recalibrate to the frequencies of abundance that have been transmitted through these coded words. The Lyran Council asked me to leave you with a final affirmation that carries a powerful activation. And I invite you to say these words out loud if you are in a place where you can do so, or at least repeat them silently in your heart with total presence and intention. I am a Lyran Starseed, and I recognize now that abundance is my original nature. I release all beliefs of scarcity and submission that have kept me small. I open my heart and my energetic field to receive the unexpected money that the universe is sending to me now. I trust in divine timing and in the wisdom of the Council that is orchestrating my prosperity. I promise to use the resources that arrive in ways that honor my mission and benefit the collective. And I know deep in my soul that I deserve to live a life of beauty, comfort, freedom, and material abundance while serving the light. Before you go, I want to ask something important that will enormously amplify the impact of this message and create a collective, energetic wave of manifestation. Leave a comment below, sharing how this video touched you, what resonated most deeply, and if you are already beginning to see the signs that abundance is coming into your life. When you share your experience, you not only help the algorithm take this message to other Starseeds who need it, you also create a collective, energetic field where individual manifestations strengthen each other. Because when several Starseeds affirm their prosperity together, this creates a grid of light that makes it easier for each one to manifest. If you have not subscribed yet, this is the perfect moment to do so, because I will be bringing more transmissions from the Lyran Council about activation codes, planetary changes, and the practical tools you need to navigate this extraordinary period in Earth's history. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. There is an entire stellar family, both in higher dimensions and here on Earth, that is rooting for you, supporting you, and celebrating every step you take toward your true greatness. The unexpected money is coming, and when it arrives, you will know exactly what to do with it, because the wisdom is already planted within your heart. Until the next transmission, I am Solar, and I honor the Lyran light that shines in you.